preserve momentum and energy and keep themselves fired up.
Yeah, you got to challenge yourself, Kevin, to try to continue to be consistently good. And I think that's what you're talking about here, is a standard with which you play is going to help you continue to get wins because you expect that from one another.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Williams and Vucevic hold down the post for him. The wing set for him, Levine and DeRozan. And it's Johnson in at the point guard. Now here's Bogdanovic. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Passes it to Durant. Second shot opportunity. No good. Shot missing. And in Chicago the other way, they come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Yeah, and talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Here's Bay after the made shot from Johnson. Cunningham outside, over to the wing. 4 on the clock. Bay passes to Cunningham. A three-pointer, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And Brett, what about the play of Cunningham?
Well, he had a solid first year in the league, especially with the added pressure of being the #1 pick. Kind of a tough situation playing in Detroit for a team that's exploring a lot of young talent. So not only do you have to perform, you have to find a way to lead. And I think the expectations around Cade Cunningham were fulfilled for the Detroit Pistons.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Bulls shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
For Detroit, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Johnson goes in. That one drops for him. Johnson's got 6.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Durant. Another key contributor to that nice win against New York. Lock at 6. Magruder kicks to Bogdanovic. Trying to get something going. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And he gets it to go.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim, that's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Here's Durant. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Yeah, the point is to score, so getting that first one, that always helps.
To the paint, Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
Yeah, the Pistons for years have been just chasing away to try to get into the postseason. And felt kind of like a rebuild, but here we are. They've assembled a real promising core of young talent.
A different look here for Detroit. Stewart's checked in for Durant. Bagley comes in for Bogdanovic. And Diallo subbed in for Rodney Magruder. Chicago also making some changes. Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Patrick Williams. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Zach LaVine. Now here's Diallo. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. From deep. Pistons keep it alive. Bagley kicks to Cunningham. And taken away by Johnson. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Bulls moving the ball around. Green, no luck. They have. And the Pistons' win percentage last season about the same as the year before. But, Brent, that doesn't tell their whole story.
I appreciate that, Kevin, to provide some context for the Pistons. Lots of injuries and COVID-related issues held them back. When they had health, they were close to a 500 team. So being young, being hungry, this squad is looking to take the next step.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Poked away. Cunningham passes to Diallo. And here's Bagley, guarded by Green. 3-on-3 from 18 feet away. Here's Drummond. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pistons trailed by 9. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And that's a nice pass from Bay, willing to do whatever he can to help his team.
Cunningham against Johnson. Inside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Johnson.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And Stewart would rather be in there underneath the charge circle to score, but this time adjusting the power on that mid-range J.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Chicago up 6. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Look here for Detroit. Stewart's checked in for Duran. Bagley comes in for Nerlens Noel. Bays subbed in for Bogdanovich. Johnson surveying the floor. And Drummond throws it down.
Yeah, Drummond's going to go right back up into that physical play, and he's still going to finish strong.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for Detroit. Trailing by 5. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand. Bagley and Stewart make up the inside pair. Hamidou Diallo is out there with Cunningham. And it's Bay in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Warriors was terrific. He finished with 23 points, and he was a force on defense. Came up with a lot of steals. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
To the inside, Green. Great D that time from Bagley.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Bay, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
DeRozan passes to Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
And we've witnessed DeRozan improve big time as a playmaker. His court awareness is really at an elite level.
Cunningham kicks to Diallo. Can't cash in from close range. You look at Kate Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Taking a look at the Bulls. The wing set for him, Levine and DeRozan. Williams and Vucevic hold down the post for him. And it's Johnson in at the point. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
Cunningham outside. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Vucevic. The Bulls leading by 9. Levine dishes to Johnson. To the middle. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point. Vucevic, a force around the rim.
Cunningham passes to Bogdanovich. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wait. First personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor. And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Johnson against Cunningham. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
A high IQ player. Vucevic has that sixth sense for when to cut after screening for a teammate.
Pass to Magruder. Cunningham dishes it to Bogdanovich. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. Noel's checked in for Detroit. Ball's checked in for Chicago. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Levine. Johnson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls. And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And trying to extend this lead, no better way than playing north and south, getting after it.
And the pass to Duran. Shoots over Vucevic. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Sometimes Lonzo's got to put the defense on their heels and start attacking with some aggression. And that play, he did so.
Diallo, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Chicago also making a switch. Drummond's checked in. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, he say, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
That's what happens if you don't do your work early. Andre Drummond's going to hurt you like that.
And taken away by Johnson. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And the Pistons making a change here. Stewart's checked in. The Bulls making a change here as well. Javonte Green, he's checked in for Williams. Diallo kicks to Noel. Knocked loose and taken away by Johnson. Here's Ball, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Lonzo Ball, we know, prefers to set up his teammates and also play stifling defense. What we'd love to see is more consistency in scoring the ball.
Marvin Bagley's checked in for Nerlens Noel. It's stolen by Johnson. Ball, the pass to Green. Great D that time from Bagley. Pistons trailed by 14. Down low. Here's Magruder. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Green finds Johnson. Back to Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Detroit making a switch here. Cunningham's checked in. Pass to Stewart. Bagley trying to free himself up. And Stewart gets it to go. Stewart's got his second bucket. And he's a physical 6'8" center for the Pistons, and it's easy, Greg, to see why Isaiah Stewart has drawn comparisons to another great Piston, Ben Wallace.
Always a good thing being compared to a Hall of Famer. And Stewart, not just brawn, he's brains too. Watches film, takes notes. He wants to be great.
Johnson down low. He's against Cunningham. Chalk up 2 there. That's 12 points for Johnson.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Cunningham's shot is off.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
It's good. And the Bulls lead by 15.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Cunningham passes to Bay. Back to Cunningham. And it's sent back by Drummond.
And Drummond right there just staying active on the defensive end, collects another block.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. That free throw, no good.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Chicago now, and the shot is good from Johnson.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
We've got Bojan Bogdanovic. He's out there with Durham. Cunningham is out there with Bay. And it's Magruder in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. And the layup's good off the glass.
Good to have another ball handler that can play in pick and roll, and that time it's Rodney Magruder coming through.
Oh, glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
There is no let up in this man. He is doing everything in his power to keep this game close.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Chicago.
I like this throwback approach they've taken, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
And you want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Back to Bay. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Johnson outside to the paint. Stolen. Vucevic against Bay. Pass to Magruder. Here's Cunningham. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Cunningham's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Pretty nice release from Cade Cunningham that time. Soft touch and arc on that ball.
Johnson against Cunningham. Johnson, the pass to DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
Levine's checked in for the Bulls. And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around. Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Here's Cunningham. Trying to get open is Bogdanovic. Cunningham's shot is off.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Johnson, the pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Duran. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jalen Duran.
And for a big man, Vucevic is pretty efficient at the line. Really has a complete game.
Stewart's checked in for Detroit. And it's Cunningham with the ball for Detroit. 15-point game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bulls.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Johnson.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, Vucevic in position, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see
he swipes the ball away again.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. Cunningham looking it over. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win